Welcome back, everybody. Today we are at the Carolina Sandhills National Wildlife Refuge and we are out on a biking adventure.
We've missed our biking friends.
And we're about a mile behind everyone.
Already.
We just happened to be in the Carolinas when the refuge was celebrating their 85th anniversary by hosting a group ride. With a mostly gravel trail, this was perfect to explore a new area for us, put some much needed miles on our legs, and let Kari test her new priority current on some challenging terrain. But straight ahead, it looks like a pretty good sized hill. This ride did come with its challenges though. It's pretty sandy right here. Like my mom falling off her bike. You good?
I'm good. We have a crash and a cramp.
But despite all this, it was a gorgeous ride and one we are so happy we were able to complete with my parents.
Okay, I'm gonna share a little story that Tyler probably doesn't want me sharing, but I think it's a good one.
This is me walking a bike, and this is Kari biking a bike. Now, let's get out there and get riding. We are in the Carolina Sandhills National Wildlife Refuge, and we are about to do a 20-mile gravel bike ride.
This bike ride is a fundraiser for the National Wildlife Refuge.
We already picked up our map. We are prepping our bikes right now. We're gonna organize it on our phone so we can figure out where we're going.
And today is my first official ride on my new priority current.
So we are gonna head out on our bike ride. There is a 9 a.m. group start. It is not a race, but it's a scenic ride. And I just wanna start off by saying, yes, I know I don't have a helmet. My parents are visiting. We only have two, so the most vulnerable are wearing it.
Big loop around this way and comes down the hill. The yellow makes a big loop that way, goes back across the ref just like that, and then comes back. Go, ready, set, go. Bow.
All right, so we just took off at the group start. There's about 30 people here. Again, we're at the Carolina Sandhills National Wildlife Refuge. This was a scheduled event. While the roads and gravel are still open to cars, it's not very busy. And we're gonna check out this beautiful area, which we have never explored before.
We've missed being on our bikes. We're so excited to be part of like an organized bike event. We've missed our biking friends.
And we're about a mile behind everyone.
Already. Okay, after the first mile, we have officially moved from pavement to gravel. So it's broken up into different trails. You can do pavement the whole time, and then there's two gravel options. We chose the yellow trail, and that one is a 20-mile trail. So it's kind of like the intermediate length of the options available today. They did say there are some hills out here. So let's just see what the day brings.
You can also loop those trails together. So if you're out here to do like an 80-mile day or something like that, you might have to repeat some of them, but they're open and you can ride wherever. So far, we are covered with woods on both sides of us and going past a few small lakes out here in the Sandhills. Kind of swampy looking, but pretty beautiful so far. It's actually so nice to just be out riding in the wilderness. We haven't done a ride in a while now, and it's just good to be out.
Poor Roy is always taking one for the team. Our last group ride, he did the Silver Stallion, and they flew out here so they don't have their bikes with them. Fortunately, the people we're renting from had a couple extras, so he's on one of their little Huffy Schwinn cruisers.
It's the one I rode for a different ride with Kari. Check it out. And I am on the Priority 600X.
So we weren't really sure what to expect when we signed up for this ride. We just saw a flyer. We're like, oh, looks cool. And then when we showed up today, they said, well, there's a lot of hills here and it's not gonna be a smooth ride. And they weren't kidding. So it's definitely gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but it's really beautiful. We're in the middle of all the trees. The gravel so far hasn't been too bad. So you can come out here even when they don't have events going on, for like bike riding events. And Tyler and I were just saying, like, this is just a nice place in general to come out and ride. We are on the gravel section and there's no vehicles out here. It is open to traffic, but it's not busy at all. So just to come out here and train or get some miles in or get a nice ride in, this is a great place for that. So for those interested, as we mentioned, I'm on the Priority Current e-bike, and the range for this bike is about 30 to 50 miles on a full charge. We haven't tested that yet, so today is my first time out here actually seeing like how the battery does and how far I can get. But like I did before on my previous e-bike, I'm trying to conserve my battery. So I'm riding as much as I can off of e-power and going about 9 miles an hour, and then only using my e-power for the climbs. And so far, to make it up the climbs, because this has such a low gear, I've only had to use level 1 to make it up the climbs. And we are 4 miles in and I have dropped 1 bar on my battery.
So while it's not steep, there are definitely some hills out here. The gravel just adds for a nice fun challenge. And it is October, but here in the south, it is warm. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today, and it is still humid. So definitely gonna sweat a little bit on this ride. And we got a couple rollers right here.
How's this wind?
Speechless. So this ride is a do it at your own pace kind of ride. It's not a race, and it's just an enjoyable day out. And for those of you that would like to know, we have gone about 5.5 miles and it has taken us about 48 minutes. So this is, I would say, probably considered a leisurely ride.
They do want everybody to check in when they get back. They told us, make sure you ride over to the check-in stand and check in, and we probably should have asked them how long they're willing to wait for people, because our riding style is very slow.
This is Mary's Lake. It is out here about 6 miles deep into this road. There's actually a fisherman out on it now, throwing out a line, but actually really beautiful. And it's actually quite a calm day out here on the lake.
Miles in. Snack break? There's a beautiful lake out here. This must be Lake B, part of it.
This is Lake Mary.
What? What?
Mary Lake.
Mary Lake? Oh, how do you know?
Because I already said it and looked it up.
There's huge turtles in the lake too. And they keep popping their heads up.
Very beautiful lake.
Alright, well.
Very beautiful.
Most people are probably done with the ride. We got about 14 miles to go. All right, we've got, what, probably our first pretty big climb.
It's not too bad, but honestly, I don't think we've biked very much recently. A couple short rides, so we were definitely out of biking shape.
So I did have to go up to level 3 for that one, but also for reference, we've hardly done any riding, so it could just be that I'm really out of shape.
I was just saying the same thing. Definitely haven't ridden much. We did like 2 really small rides, but other than that, it's been quite a few months since we've actually been on our bikes doing a ride. So this 20-mile ride is a good test to see where we're at. So we were told after the recent hurricane that came through here, it was a lot of ruts and small like crevices from all the water runoff. So they just did a bunch of grading, and they said there's one hill that's a little gnarly and sandy and still pretty rough. And I think we just hit that section because we're going up, and while we're on one smooth patch, left to right of you is definitely a little bit sandy and rough. We got it downhill. With the route they have laid out for this section, the gravel portion we're doing, there are 2 or 3 highway crossings, and we're coming up to the second one. I doubt you can see it on the GoPro, but straight ahead it looks like a pretty good sized hill. The other ones were long and probably only a couple % grade, but this looks like it's actually going to be steep.
I may be about to drain my battery on this next climb.
Really? Where you at?
Okay, we're 10 miles in, and I've conserved the best that I can, and I've dropped 1 bar. I'm hoping that's accurate and all of a sudden doesn't just like all drop. So there's a total of 10 bars, so I guess technically I've used 10%. So there's a big climb ahead of us. And gravel's a different beast. It's like so bumpy. Let's do this.
All right, we're gonna see how this one goes. It's a little sandy too.
Nice.
That was a good one. Real good.
Level 4, baby, crushed it. And now I'm down 2 bars, but woo! What level did you use?
Max power. So far what's been really unique about South Carolina is it is exceptionally green everywhere. It's probably because of the humidity and how much rain they get, but it's been a really beautiful area to explore, and these sandhills are no different.
I don't know what I was expecting on this ride to see, but it definitely wasn't this, and this is so pretty.
Gator! All right, after looking at the map and our mileage, we probably have about 7.5 miles left. Maybe about a mile of that will be on pavement. Just gonna keep taking in the views. Finish up this ride.
So we joked at the beginning of this ride that they were gonna send a crew out to come look for us because we'd probably be like the last ones to come in by a long shot, and we just ran into a park ranger. He said he was just out here taking our photos, but I'm pretty sure he was probably out looking for us.
Well, what'd you get? Any news?
Great news.
Home stretch?
Home stretch right here. It's going to be soft dirt, but you know what? We're almost there.
Okay, I'm gonna share a little story that Tyler probably doesn't want me sharing, but I think it's a good one. The moral of the story is, don't doubt people, don't judge people, just be happy that they're out trying something. So, we took our bikes to the bike shop just to get a quick tune-up, and it's actually where we saw the sign for this ride, and the people working on it, they were very friendly, and they said they were gonna do it. They'd never done it before, so they couldn't really give us a whole lot of information on it, but online it said for all skill levels, so we figured it couldn't be too bad. So we dropped our bikes off, and they thought we had left, but we actually just went around the corner to look at the shoes, and we could hear them saying like, oh, is she really gonna take this bike out there and ride on the gravel? A few other things, not knowing we were right there listening to all of it. And I have to say, yes, I brought this bike out here to ride on the gravel, and it's literally been nothing that my bike hasn't been able to handle. I've had no problems. It's been tough climbing the hills, but this bike goes into super low gears, and it handles the gravel that we've had out here, and all the terrain out here, for a matter of fact, with no problem. So just be proud and encourage people to get out and try new things. And now we're on very loose sand. We're gonna have to walk. Yeah. What? Cramp! Oh shit.
Second fall of this year, 2024.
You good?
I'm good. Yes. I just gotten some really soft sand.
We have a crash and a cramp.
Cramps is good.
You're good?
It's pretty sandy right here. So it just got super sandy. This is like the one section that's been crazy sandy. Like 90% of the road right here is covered in sand, and it's hard to pedal through. To the right is a little bit of packed dirt, and we had one unfortunate crash. My mom just tipped over because of the sand, and one cramp, the calf on my dad. So we're taking a quick 30-second break, regroup, and see how we feel. Good.
We're good.
Well, glad my mom had the helmet on. Nothing's broken, bike looks good, everyone's up and riding. Let's finish this thing. Whew. Real sandy. This is the first true section where we're all having to walk a little bit. For reference, I have the widest tires at 2.4 inches, which honestly, if I'm rolling quick enough, I can still glide through most of this sand. A little hard to film though. Carries are 47s, I believe, or 50s. I think they're 50s, 2 inches. A little on the small side for this. Whew.
Well, this isn't the first time we've had to hike a bike, but we still have 5 miles left, and I really hope I'm not having to hike my bike or walk my bike for the remaining entire 5 miles. I think we figured out why they call this place Sandhills. Tyler's was the only bike that could handle that.
It was still hard.
Ready? You okay?
Yeah, he just got really
Bad cramps.
And these hills are just doing it.
And then the sand on top of it. These last 5 miles are going to be a struggle. We're all tired. It's starting to get hot. Fortunately, there's some shade on this trail. But Roy has a cramp. And he's on like the hardest bike to ride out here. It's gonna be a struggle to the finish line.
All right, my dad's been getting some back cramps, so we just swapped. So he is on the Priority e-bike, Kari's on my bike because it fits her well, and then I am on the Schwinn. We're gonna see if we can finish this ride. We got 5 miles left. Hopefully his legs calm down now that he has some e-power. I think he's just not used to this style of bike because it's so upright and just hits your quads. He has his road bike dialed in at home, so the mileage is no problem, but hurting.
He's probably the best rider out here of all of us. And he got the oldest, I don't want to say crappiest, but crappiest bike out here. So we played a little musical bikes and we're switching it up so we can hopefully get this ride over with. Yeah.
Proof this girl can ride. Woo! She's doing it. And luckily, my dad's cramps are better. We're gonna finish the ride. Woo! It's our friend behind us. So that was the Ranger. He is just doing his rounds. He's out here. He was checking in, making sure we're doing all right. He actually offered water and he said if anyone was okay or needed help, he could always give us a ride back. So that was nice. But my dad's up ahead on the e-bike, so hopefully he's doing well. But one good thing about this ride, if you do it with a group like this, you have that safety net where they're kind of just checking in, making sure you finish. So that's nice. He said, Kari, that was by far the hardest part. I think someone wiped out on it earlier, aside from my mom. And he said it should be just a small couple hills, and we're basically working our way back to the pavement now. And we should be close. Finally, it opened up. I keep forgetting she's not on her e-bike. She's keeping up though. Woo! Pavement!
We made it back to the pavement.
The gravel was fun, but this is nice and easy. Oh man. You know, gravel riding is enjoyable, but it's rough.
Especially when you have all the problems we had today, but look at this view.
One last good climb right here. It won't quite go to its lowest gear. Keep that momentum and positivity going.
We celebrated a little too soon.
So it's hard to give an idea exactly how steep a hill is on the GoPro. But for reference, this is me walking a bike and this is Kari biking a bike.
You're going faster than me.
I'm pretty darn close to going faster.
I see the top. Whew. I knew this climb was coming. And this is what I worked so hard in the beginning of this ride for, to conserve my battery. But I had to share that battery today, and my quads are reminding me of that. But that's okay, because I'm happy we can all finish it, and we're all finishing it together.
Made it. We are back. I see the balloons. Woo! What a good, challenging 20 miles. Wait, this isn't the end? Oh, darn it. I saw the balloons and I was just telling the GoPro.
It's a birthday party.
I thought we made it. It's frozen.
That's about how I feel.
Oh boy. All right, we got one more hill. Woo!
Like we were going uphill the whole time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Isn't that weird? It's uphill both
They're all tourists.
I thought I was in the beach a couple of minutes.
hill. I know when you guys hit the pavement, you're
We were like,
well at the top of the hill.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The orange was in
They went down. We have to
We
walk
left at
down
9,
about a
it's
mile.
1:50.
They just pull up the e-bikes. They have their bags on. They put their poles in. Off they go.
That took us
If you don't
4
have them, there's
hours.
They're there in 5 minutes.
That wraps up our 20-mile ride. It actually ended up being 21.5. And for those curious, my bike had 7 bars of battery left.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Carolina Sandhills National Wildlife Refuge ride, 20-something miles. Exhausting, if I'm being honest. It was hard. It's hot, it's humid. We had some cramping, we had a fall, 2 e-bikes, 2 regular bikes, and one of those was just a Schwinn. So you can do it on any type of bike. The gravel ride was definitely fun and challenging. And if you're in this area, bring bug spray. No, if you're in this area at all near the time of this ride and you're looking for a fun adventure, this is a really good one. And for the $25 entry fee, we got a shirt that went with it. So, I gotta wrap it up because I'm getting eaten alive. Come and check it out if you're here when they're doing the ride, or if you're in the area just looking for a cool ride to do. We will also post our Strava online so you can check it out and map it yourself if you want. See you out there. I hope someone out there likes those shots because it's a pain to walk back up. See ya.